So everyone, welcome to SupaJam Podcast. I'm here with Oakley, Osmond, and we are celebrating the release of the SupaJam Sounds compilation. Oakley, how you doing?
I'm alright, how are you?
Good, thanks. Can you tell me a bit about your track that you've got on the album today? We're going to find out a bit about how it's been written, recorded, all that kind of stuff. So tell us about the title of the track and the lyrics. How did you come up with those?
Well, I don't really know how I come up with songs. They're all just magical beings. But I just came up with a chord progression and started writing it in just the room over there, along with Tyler Greening.
Ah, cool. Nice one.
Actually started as a bluegrass song.
Did it?
Yeah.
Can we expect a bluegrass version in the future as well?
Quite possibly.
Quite possibly.
There's a recording I did as a demo where there's a banjo.
That's amazing. I would love to hear that one day. That's cool. And then the lyrics, did you just kind of just get inspiration in the moment?
Pretty much.
Or was it, do you think, was there any, what themes would you say? Now looking back on it, is there any themes that come through in the lyrics?
It was more just like a bit like tongue-in-cheek sort of lyrics about a person who's not very nice.
Okay, cool. Yeah, fair. So it's kind of a way of expressing that. And the chords in it, so what about the chord pattern? How would you describe that, the feel of it?
Well, in the actual recording, because it's more of a punk song now, it's mostly power chords. But when I came up with it, it was just like open G, C, and D.
Ah, okay.
The bluegrass chords.
The bluegrass chords. Amazing. Well, I think since we're talking about the guitar, it might be great to give our listeners a chance to hear a clip of it, and we'll before we delve a bit deeper into it. Here we go.
This any clearer, you have got to go. Third degree burns up a firm, you're right down to your bones. And if you've not got the message, then there truly is no hope. The only time I want to see you is sick fist through a scope. And if you were a bag of dope, even addicts would say no. And I would accelerate if I saw you in the road.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. So you mentioned just before we came on the podcast, you worked with some other people collaborating on this track. Do you want to tell us a bit about how that happened?
Essentially because I wanted it to be more of a live feel and I didn't want to play every instrument on this one. I got Ewan Gartshore to play bass and Damien to play drums on it.
Nice one. That's cool. So and then did you like dictate the parts to them, or did they have a chance to come up with that bit themselves?
I let them have free reign with what they came up with.
That's cool. Do you like working that way?
A little bit.
Is that the way you normally work with a band, or does it change per song? Or
it would change per song.
Okay,
because there's some songs which are more particular, and especially drum sounds and stuff.
Yeah.
Compared to this.
Okay, cool. So this one was kind of like, okay, let's do more of a collaboration feel.
It's also because I know Damien's a more heavy-handed drummer, and this style is more of his forte.
Yeah. Okay. So feel that kind of flexibility in songwriting, and then sort of working with other players. I guess that might help going forward in the future. Yeah, for sure. And then what was the recording process like? Where did you record it? How did the day pan out? What was that like?
I recorded the guitars at my house just through a Fender amp into just my guitar, like with P90s. I then, on a different day, got Ewan round to record bass, just DI'd.
Yeah.
And then drums, Damien recorded it at Swanley Studios.
Ah, cool. Good stuff. So were you there during that day when the drums were being recorded, or was that more like Damien went there himself? Or
I was there that day, but I was like just a bit more distant because I didn't want to like
overseeing it carefully. Yeah. That's cool. Amazing stuff. And why would you describe the experience of going to Swan Studios for students? Because I know some students that maybe want to, haven't done it yet. How would you describe it to them?
It's a quite nice room, and it's got a really nice sort of drum sound to it.
Yeah. Yeah, the energy on this record is unreal. Actually, you can
another
really
reason why I picked Damo.
Yeah, Damien's playing plus all the setup you had that day really captured it really well, for sure. Excellent stuff. And now it's out there. And what are you hoping people take away from this song? You know, obviously we can't control the way people receive a song or interpret. What are you hoping people interpret or feel when they listen to it?
I just hope they just see the lyrics as more as like a tongue-in-cheek thing.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit like another song which I released a couple years ago called Gavin, and I see this as almost like a part 2 where the lyrics are a bit tongue-in-cheek and it's not like completely like perfected type thing. There's like a couple mistakes I made and stuff essentially.
Yeah.
I just like that feel of it being more free.
Yeah, for sure. So the Gavin song, would you say that one's tongue-in-cheek, or is that one more serious?
Definitely tongue-in-cheek.
Okay. That's cool. And it's cool how sometimes it takes just looking back on it, you connect the dots. Because you said the songwriting feels quite almost magical moments in a way. It just comes to you. Do you find it's when you look back that you connect the dots and see how things sort of line up a bit?
A little bit. It's because I also see songs sometimes as like almost like a family tree, where like some songs are like brothers, some songs are like cousins, and others are like just like really far apart and have nothing to do with each other.
Oh, I could see that being a bit of Oakley Osmond merch. The family tree poster. Have you ever thought about actually writing it out, or have you done that, sketched it out with that actual
No,
family?
I haven't actually.
I know it's in your head, but that could be quite cool actually. I would like to see that. Yeah, as a fan, I think I'd like to see that. That'd be cool. Yeah, brilliant. So what can we expect coming up? What stuff you got? We got gigs planned, or more recording, or anything like that?
I'm in the final recording stages of my own album.
Ooh, and for those that don't know, what album is this? Number 1, 2, 3,
This
4?
album number 3.
Ooh, exciting. Amazing. So how's the recording and writing process been for that?
Very long and tedious.
Yeah.
This is probably the longest I've worked on an album.
Yeah. And have you had songs along the way that you sort of eventually dropped or parked
Yeah.
in favor of other ones?
Yeah.
And how does that feel, sometimes parking a song that you're like, is it because like you think it's not the right time, or is it not quite good enough? Or what reasons would you normally have for that?
The main one is just sometimes the songs just don't flow with each other, which is whatever. And then sometimes they just doesn't match with the theme.
Yeah.
So I always like overwrite everything. And just some are just bad. It's just that you like them at the time, and you just listen back in a couple months. This is awful.
And I think as a songwriter, because I know you're an amazing guitar player, but I feel like they're two parallel skills in a way. And like songwriting, you can almost practice it like one might rehearse your instrument just by writing songs. And not every time you sit down to rehearse your instrument are you going to play the thing perfectly, and it might be a rubbish session. It's sort of similar with songwriting. Sometimes you'll just have a rubbish one, and that's okay. And I think it's that noticing. And do you think, are you, because I can tell you write a lot of songs, Oakley, or would you say you're an archivist where you've got like your old ones, even the ones you've parked, let's say, still saved somewhere, and you're like, it might come, you know, like Radiohead didn't finish videotapes for like 20 years or so. Can you imagine that happening one day?
I mean, I've got a couple of songs in the works which I started a year ago and I still haven't really finished now.
Yeah.
That I'm like progressively working on.
That's
There's
cool.
a song on the next album which I recorded like a couple like months or so after the first album, which is in 2023.
Ooh.
3 years old today.
Wow.
As of February 10th.
Wow. Today?
Yeah.
No way. Because that's the album with the little launch party for it, SupaJam, right?
That's the one before that one.
One before that one, yeah, okay.
All recorded on GarageBand.
Amazing. Shout out anyone starting on GarageBand. It is a great place to start, isn't it? For sure, yeah. And what would you say, so there's probably people listening to this who are like, oh, mate, like, I'd love to be writing that many songs or getting on the SupaJam compilation. And probably if you think back to when you were starting, maybe you had similar feelings of wanting to get to this stage. Is there any words of advice to someone who's sort of just starting out in their songwriting you'd want to give them?
With songwriting, it's just, I can't really tell people how to do it because each person's different on whatever. It's just the way I see it is you have the idea of what you want to write about, and then you just sort of write about it and rhyme it. Rhymezone.com is a very good website.
Yes.
It's like when you get stuck on a word and you can't think of anything to rhyme, you go on the website.
I've used that.
It gives you like so many words.
Also, I have a really dorky actual real life paper rhyming dictionary. Yeah, if anyone wants to go not digital, you can get them, which is quite a fun thing to have in your house. I guess the digital one's always been updated though, which is the flip side. Yeah, rhyming dictionaries. When I found out they existed, I was like, whoa. So yeah, great advice. So be true to yourself.
Don't overthink it. If write really bad songs because eventually they become good songs or okay songs.
Yeah.
So don't be scared to write bad songs.
Yeah, because I have found sometimes people sitting there obsessing over just this one song for like a year, whereas someone will like bash out, I don't know, 5 rubbish ones and 5 good ones in a year as well. And I think that can be a good way to be like, just kind of, the main thing is just keeping track of it all, whether you use notes or, you know, digital notes on your phone or whatever, just like not losing scraps. Or I'd say, I'm going to ask, because people talk about this, have you ever like pure deleted something in frustration?
I haven't.
I've not either, so I think I would say advise against that, because I've heard people do that. I'm like, no, it might actually, even if you had one line in that bad one, you could maybe use in future.
I've got rid of songs that I don't like because they're difficult to record.
Because they were difficult to record.
Yeah. Because at the time I just got really annoyed with either how I was singing or how the guitar went. And I was just like, get rid of that one.
That's amazing. And I think we should round off by chatting about your guitar playing as well, because that's a massive part of your sound. We've focused on songwriting quite a lot. So the guitars on this record are quite punky and crazy. So we love nerding out about guitars, obviously. Can you tell us a little bit about the setup for this one?
It was, I believe, my guitar, which has 2 P90s on the bridge pickup. It's a pretty much a guitar I made myself as well.
Yeah.
Which
really?
is always nice to.
So you built the guitar up? Yeah.
From like a DIY kit.
That's cool.
I believe it was probably going through just a DS1 distortion pedal into a Fender Hot Rod.
Yep.
A limited edition one with like upgraded speakers, which is always. It was the first song I used that amp on.
Yeah.
And that's always nice to try out. And
that's pretty simple. Yeah, that's all you need. Totally, sometimes. And then you got the bass was DI'd, you mentioned as well. Also, the guitars are double tracked.
From quadruple track. There's quite a lot of tracks I did for it.
So you record it the same part a lot of times, and then just pan them differently and stuff like that.
Because I think on a couple takes I did power chords. Other ones I did open chords with like a capo.
Yeah.
And then I think I did an acoustic guitar like thing in there, but I don't know if it's either buried or not in there.
It might be a little texture in the final mix for sure. Well, Oakley, I want to say a massive thank you for coming and telling us not just about the track on the compilation, but your future stuff and also all this songwriting advice. I think is great for anyone who wants to really get stuck into making their own music.
I'd also like to say that guitar solo was done in 1 take.
And we have proof of that, don't we?
Yeah. I have a video of me accidentally, like, because I left the camera on. I was recording myself just doing rhythm takes because it's always nice to have footage. And I left it on by accident. And I saw myself come up with this guitar solo. I played like a couple notes. And then I went to play the full thing in just that 1 take. And then I was like, that was it.
Yeah, I think it's true. It does happen because we have a mutual favorite band, Pink Floyd, and David Gilmour in one of the ones, he was like, yeah, usually for parts he'll just sit and write and record on the spot, and he said quite often it's the first thing you come up with is the best. So as well, trust that instinct as well as maybe good advice.
Although also don't be afraid to record 100 takes for it, because I've also done that.
Yeah, it's just whatever fits the song. There's no right or wrong way to go about it. But yeah, that's amazing. Well, thanks so much, Oakley. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope everyone enjoys the release and the compilation as well. And looking forward to hearing more in the future. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.